Honestly, it's a doozy. The whole thing's a motherfucking doozy. Especially when you have a disease that causes constant pain. Let me say that again. For the people in the back that are like a teensy bit ignorant just to someone saying something and they're so like into themselves. I know a lot of people that are just so into themselves they could hardly say 2 words to someone else. Their ego is so massive that they could care less. They could see someone every day for like 2 years and not even know the person. They could give that little about them. But let me say it. Imagine having a disease that causes constant pain. Put yourself in their shoes. It requires empathy, which is severely lacking in today's world. And I think that's what bothers me, especially recently. The fact that there's people out there that don't give a shit about others, but will sometimes pretend they do for convenience or for speeches or for looks or for whatever, or just for convenience, like I said. I don't think I'll ever get used to that. It'll always be vexing and annoying and something that will aggravate me because I'm an Aries. I'm a full-blooded Aries. I'm a warrior, right? I'm the one that'll always be at the forefront, charging at the front of the battle, taking the lead, defending others, saving the day. That's just in my blood. So I'm always going to be bothered by people like that pretend to not be completely egotistical, selfish human beings. Those people will always bother me. But there are people like myself that live in pain. And despite that, they still manage to not take what they're going through out on others. And that, they should win a fucking Oscar for that. Because you know how hard it is to not take something out on another human being when you're in pain? Remember let's say the last time you had a toothache. You know how hard it is to not bite someone's head off when you're in the middle of a tooth pain, and like, let's say your kid's yelling in the back seat and you just want to scream, "Shut the fuck up!" You know how hard that is? Like, it's so hard, let alone anyone else. It's easier with family because you treat your family worse. It's just psychology 101. But it is so hard to not take out what you're going through on others. I have always had the ability to be kind to people regardless of what life was giving me. I have been homeless with a kid before, in the streets. I have lived in the jungles for months, sleeping in a hammock, in the dirt, in a mouse-infested mattress. I have been abused. I have been shot at. I have ran from an abusive person. I have had the worst fucking life you could think of. I could write a motherfucking movie that would sell millions and it would be true. My story. And I still keep a smile on my face while my neck is pulsing in pain with a fucking scar that's been fucking sliced open a few times with metal plates and screws of titanium, and more to come, and still be civil and still be a fucking amazing, decent human being. How is that possible? It's not because I'm an amazing human being. It's not because I'm one of a kind. It's not because it's not of anything uniquely special to me. Anyone can be a good person. You know what it really takes? It takes not having a stick up your ass. It takes not being an arrogant fuck who thinks it's all about you. It takes actually wanting to get to know other people and their story. Like, I bet you didn't know half the shit that I just said about what I've lived through. And that is just barely scratching the surface of what I've endured. Boy, that was good days. That was a massage to my little teenage back. I was actually disappointed that my mom wanted to burn that mattress. I was like, I'd rather have that mattress than the fucking hammock. And she got mad at me for that. You have no idea the demons people are dealing with, the stories other people have to tell. It's not all about you. Never understood human beings, honestly. Never, ever. It'll always boggle me. And in reality, no one's really understood me. And this is why, because I have receipts. I pay a good amount of money to have my information blotched out on a day-to-day basis because I have stalkers. I can't cross the border anymore because of stuff I had to do for illegal family members. I have fucking history because of childhood and trauma and stories that I'll never be able to tell. I have history, stalkers, things that I don't want to get out, but I am a priestess that wants to share wisdom and knowledge, and I'm a walking contradiction to some people. Why do you want to be so forthcoming with information, Shauna? Why do you want to be transparent here, but then you want to hide here? Yes, Karen, yes. Because I'm a full-blooded Aries, and I will not be shut up. But yet I have had a traumatized life. You try to make that make sense. It's like trying to take your strongest warrior and put them in a box. They're going to explode that box into scrap metal and then make something out of it and then sell it and then produce several different things from that. It's not going to make sense. It's not supposed to make sense. So back to my point. I live in pain constantly. It's my lot in life. So far, there's no cure. So far, it creates additional problems. But my main problem is the fibromyalgia that creates the degenerative disc disease that dissolves my cartilage at a fast pace, creating the bone on bone, pinching my nerves. So every couple years, I have to get another fucking fusion until my whole fucking vertebrae is a fucking bioptic metal woman, titanium woman. Might be sexy, who knows. So I take a lot of natural alternatives because what are my options? Percocet, Vicodin, Cymbalta, Lyrica with massive fucking lawsuits right now because of the horrible side effects of memory damage and God knows what else that I'm not going to list here in this video. Just Google it. No, thank you. So I did a lot of research, tried other things like kratom, CBD. Can't try the other things that I would really prefer to take because of certain jobs that I would like to continue to have. Ignorant people that don't know how to Google and do any kind of research want to demonize things. Nevertheless, there are amazing legal natural alternatives that I talk and support every chance I can because somebody's got to. And people that are intelligent with spotless record, that are not drug addicts, that have no history of breaking the law, that are really good, educated, graduates, decent human beings, should be the ones speaking up. Because a lot of these stupid idiots that don't know how to Google and do their research and are just complete bias people, they're just going to judge. And unless they see more people speaking up that have these kind of spotless records, they're going to continue to live in their bias ignorance. So here's to toss and wash. Here's to supporting natural green medicine all day, every day, because that's what I'll do. That's what I'll always be about until they find a cure for something like this. Who knows? Maybe Kennedy will do something actually profoundly useful. No shame, no hate. I'm an independent. Switzerland here. Just stop the hate. Just do your motherfucking research. Okay? Alright, bitches. So how the fuck are we gonna fix this shit? If you're one of those people. I don't know. You're a hopeless case. Just kidding. Okay, so let's take it one by one. Let's take it step by step. You know me. Your guru priestess, we got you. I got you. Well, taking pain out on others in general, it's a reaction of unprocessed emotions, stress, trauma. So kind of gaining control over this kind of behavior requires a lot of self-awareness, a lot of emotional regulation, a lot of intentional actions. So I'm going to share with you 6 things that you can implement, that you can do, that you need to note if you want to make this change to be a better person. Because if you're one that just cannot control yourself, if you're in pain, if you're having a bad day, you just can't help but take it out on others. If this is you, I guarantee you it's going to affect you. It's going to affect you in relationships. It's going to affect you in your life. Karma is a bitch. It will, verbatim guarantee, affect you. The first thing you need to do is you need to develop self-awareness. So recognize the triggers and notice patterns and pause before reacting. Okay, definitely do those things. Second thing is process your pain in healthy ways. So therapy or counseling, journaling, physical outlets, or creative outlets. Definitely very helpful ways to process. The third thing is practice emotional regulation by mindful meditations, breathing techniques, and cognitive reframing. That one is my personal favorite.
like challenging negative thoughts by asking, is this like really true? How else can I see this situation? I think a lot of people need to mentally put themselves in another person's shoes in order to comprehend how another person is feeling, to be able to understand, you know what, I really don't have it that bad. It's not all about me. What an idea. The fourth, improve communication skills. It's my favorite. So many people need to learn that one, which starts with expressing needs clearly, use I statements, and set boundaries. The fifth thing is address underlying issues, heal from past trauma, and prioritize self-care. I can't say that enough. And last but not least, take responsibility and repair. Acknowledge your mistakes, make amends, commit to growth. All wrapped up in the final sixth step. If you do all these 6 things, you'll be a better human being with better karma and a better life. Guaranteed. You will not be a piece of shit. Life will start looking better for you. Good luck. You'll need it.